Guys, welcome back to another amazing presentation and an opportunity to learn about an amazing breakthrough in our health. My name's Alissa. We've got some amazing speakers today. I'm a health professional. I work particularly with the area of children, and I'm very passionate about our cellular health. But today, to teach us about this amazing breakthrough, we have Stevie Aquilina. So welcome, Stevie. Thank you for coming again to share your amazing knowledge on cellular health. Stevie is an amazing entrepreneur. He's growing business all across the globe and is a fantastic mentor, and his understanding and knowledge of cellular health just blows me away. So thanks, Stevie, for coming and sharing with us your amazing knowledge and this breakthrough.
Hey, Alissa, thank you very, very much for having me here, and also for giving me a very kind introduction. It's always a pleasure to work very closely with you, because I know that you hold bettering people's lives and being a force for good in the world sincerely in your heart. So you're top of the list in my book. And I want to thank you, everybody here, for having me. And it is my pleasure to share this with you. I'm going to share with you information that is very significant. And when you see it, you're going to know right away that not only is it significant to you, but everyone in your life who is significant to you needs to know about this as well. So before you start thinking, oh, here we go again, it's just going to sound like a lot of things I've already heard about a lot of times before. I promise you it's not. You've never seen or heard of anything like this before. Just let me try and share my screen properly here. Can you see my screen, Alissa?
Yeah, got it, mate.
Perfecto. Great. So folks, what I'll be sharing with you right now is truly the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. A category creating breakthrough unlike anything you've seen before, that medical doctors are saying is not just the next big breakthrough, because, you know, the discovery of DNA, the discovery of penicillin, breakthroughs like this were big breakthroughs. Doctors are saying that this goes even deeper than that. It's an exciting and entirely new frontier in science, unlike anything you've seen before, that for 2 decades science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time, that drug companies wanted shut down. Now, before I tell you what this is, I want to be clear again. This is going to be unlike anything you have ever seen or heard of before. So we are not talking about a drug. We are not talking about vitamins. We are not talking about minerals, not talking about antioxidant formulas. We're not talking about secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots, magical 5,000-year-old trees, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of the other great stuff out there. What you're going to learn about goes beyond anything you've ever seen before, goes beyond nutrition, goes beyond mere ingredients. This is a real deal, groundbreaking, category-creating healthcare science breakthrough. And it's called Alissa Redox cell signaling technology. It contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, they are the exact same cellular messages that are made natively within your body that affect gene expression in a positive way, helping your cells to signal clearly so they can work properly and your body can work efficiently. So redox signaling molecules will detect your healthy cells and tell healthy cells to protect themselves. They will detect unhealthy cells and tell unhealthy cells to repair themselves. However, if the unhealthy cell is too damaged to be repaired, then the redox molecules will tell that cell to die and then tell a healthy cell to copy itself and replace that lost cell. Now, this is the remarkable process of your body, because it's actually how your body regenerates its own tissue. In other words, redox signaling molecules is empowering your body to do what it's meant to do, and that is to repair and heal itself. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. The bottom line is redox signaling molecules are activating and messaging everything in your body and telling it how to work, keeping your cells functioning at optimal levels. And since we're all made of cells, since we live and die at the cellular level, it means that redox signaling molecules are empowering your body to stay healthy and at optimal function. Now, when we're born, we produce an abundance of redox signaling molecules. However, with age, diet, stress, toxins, and other environmental assaults, our cells break down. Our bodies break down. Our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, vitality. Now, ASEA takes science extremely seriously. They are highly committed to ongoing research with world-renowned universities and leading laboratories proving the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. Now, all the studies are done outside of ASEA, just to take away that, that concern of bias. And here's just a snapshot of some of the top leading laboratories and universities of what they've studied and what they've uncovered. Now, ASEA Redox users, in this study, it was uncovered that they enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Because ASEA Redox was scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, the list of genes that it activated went on and on and on and on, but those first 5 are the most key important genes in your body. Now, additionally, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Of course, ASEA has also been tested and shown to lower oxidative stress, which is the precursor to just about every degenerative condition on the planet. So to be able to significantly reduce oxidative stress in the body, head professors from that university were saying, well, this is significantly reducing disease risk factors. And again, ASEA has been proven to be 100% safe. There is 0% toxicity. It would be scientifically impossible for it to hurt you because redox signaling molecules are already in you. Your body already makes them. Your body just can't make enough of them anymore. And it's why we're aging, why we're becoming more susceptible to injury and illness and taking longer to recover. Every single system, function, operation of the body relies on redox signaling molecules activating and telling that function, system, operation what to do. And so any health situation you can think of, whether it be you with a health challenge, or whether it be you looking after a loved one with a health challenge, or whether it be your desire to become young, youthful, not just in your looks, but in your lifestyle again. Or whether it be there's nothing wrong with you when you're healthy, but you don't want anything to go wrong with you. You don't want to become unhealthy. Or whether it be you want higher levels of human performance. You're an athlete, you're a sport or a gym enthusiast, whatever health challenge or goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. And so on that note, I would like for you to be able to hear from a few doctors right now of them talking about this remarkable breakthrough and new and exciting area of redox biochemistry.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've learnt about how redox signaling molecules work from the inside out, I want to show you now how they work from the outside in. And that's made possible with our topical versions of our redox signaling technology, Renew Advanced, our Renew 28 Revitalizing Redox Gel, and our Intensive Redox Serum are our two topical versions of redox signaling molecules. And they're supported and enhanced by their complementary companion products, our Gentle Refining Cleanser and our Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. Clinically tested, and again, all studies are done outside of ASEA for extra validity. Proven to be safe on all skin types, and 100% of the participants in the clinical trials saw visible benefits within just half an hour after use. But look, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So why don't I just show you the proof? And you're going to see here more than anti-aging effects. You're going to see age-reversing effects. We're going to talk about, you know, lines and wrinkles being ironed out here, and elasticity coming back to the skin, and inflammations and aggravations and irritations. Other signs of poor health to the skin being replenished, being rejuvenated, and even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions being brought back to proper levels and textures of the skin. This is Rosie. and look at the results after just 7 weeks. Some people notice results quite quickly, like Rosie did. In fact, the truth is Rosie didn't notice her results. She didn't think that the products were working at all. It was a doctor that showed her these photos, and then she was thrown back. So moral of the story is, make sure you record what is going on with you in a diary, on some sort of results tracker from the inside out, and take pictures from the outside so you can see what's going on the inside too. But some people notice results right away, and others need to have a little bit more patience and spend a little bit more time with the products before they can see the change. Now, we know scientifically that the change is taking effect from the moment you start supplementing with redox signaling molecules. It would be scientifically impossible for redox signaling molecules to not work in and on you. We know they work every single time, but what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. And that's due to a lot of age, health, and lifestyle factors. This is Dr. Marty Moran. He decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Spot the difference. I'll give you some clues as you're having a look along the way. Have a look at the lines running down each corner of the mouth. Can you see the difference there? Look at the lines running down each side of the nose. Any difference? Have a look at the lines and the bagginess, maybe the puffiness of one cheek as opposed to the other on the other side. Here's perhaps the biggest difference of all. Have a look at the side of the face the glasses are slanting to, maybe even suggesting some more sagginess on that side of the face rather than the other. So hopefully by now you're able to see what side he did and what side he did not use the Renew 28 on. And we are very, very grateful to Dr. Marty Moran and his wife for allowing him to walk around looking like a weirdo just so that we could see the dramatic difference of where you apply it and where you don't. So thank you, Dr. Marty Moran. Now, Renew 28 is not only for your face, arms, hands, bellies, anywhere on the outside, anywhere you have skin, you can use Renew 28. Now, these are pictures that were done from a study in a very large and reputable dermatological institute. There are a lot of reports coming in that people's cellulite was disappearing from using Renew 28. So this scientific organization did a study to find out what was going on. They found after 12 weeks that the cellulite was in fact disappearing. And so when they did ultrasounds to find out what was going on, they saw that the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved. Now, it is a historical truth that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And what you are being invited to learn about right now is the greatest health and life science breakthrough, maybe not just of our lifetime. Many doctors, and even doctors are saying that this could be a breakthrough worth 100 years, 100 lifetimes. ASEA is based in Nobel Prize winning research. The first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for their first discovery of redox signaling molecules. Since then, there have been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded to research in the field of redox biochemistry. If you went to pubmed.gov, where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see there are well over 30,000 results. It's a very difficult slide for me to keep up with because there's more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month, leaving this slide already out of date. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been written on redox signaling molecules. It is the fastest, if not at least one of the fastest growing areas of medical research in the world today. ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for two very simple reasons. Number one, for over 2 decades, scientific organizations tried to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside the body, and they could not, leaving them with the belief that it would be impossible to be able to give a shelf life to redox signaling molecules and therefore turn them into a therapeutic good. However, ASEA and a scientist by the name of Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, an atomic medical physicist, I think there's only about 5 of them in the world. This is the doctor of doctors, figured out how to do it. That's the first reason we're the only supplement in the world of redox signaling molecules. Second is ASEA is heavily patented. that means that we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. And this is just one of the very significant strategic advantages that create a very significant financial opportunity. These redox sealing molecules, these products work on every single person, every single time scientifically. Everybody needs them, medical fact, and it can't harm anybody. That has been proven through multi-millions of dollars of toxicology reports. And so ASEA holds massive commercial opportunities across all health science sectors, whether it be healthcare and wellness, or sports science, athletic performance, or beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion, with a capital T, multi-trillion dollar industries. And ASEA doesn't just serve them all, but serves them, your body, your health, at a much deeper level than what anything has even been allowed to get close to before. Nothing in the body works without redox sealing molecules, and that's exactly the deficiency and the disbalance that we are addressing with this breakthrough. Our mission at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own, and so we look for people to help spread the word. And ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn commissions just by sharing redox with others. How does that work? Well, you receive a residual commission, or an ongoing commission, not only from just the first, but also the ongoing, every single time purchase made by every single person you refer to ASEA, but also you receive ongoing payments from the ongoing purchases made by every single person others also refer. So just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, whatever, people tell people who naturally tell other people, who naturally tell even more people and more people. And it goes on and on and on. Word of mouth marketing is the most ancient form of marketing. And still today, even against television, print, newspaper, digital marketing, social media marketing, you name it, word of mouth recommendation is still the #1 form of marketing in the world. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. And so you are almost borderless with ASEA and where you can recommend it. And based on the existing trends, the annual turnover of ASEA is projected to exceed more than $500 million over the next 5 years. And some are saying this is the company being very conservative, that a great deal more is highly likely. So for people who are looking for an extra income, or maybe a side hustle, or maybe a part-time or a full-time, or I just want more time, or a big-time legacy leaving income for loved ones, whatever your ambition level, for business-minded people, for people who can recognize a good thing when it's coming their way and want to be in the right place at the right time, here is an opportunity to be paid a residual commission from the growth of this global expansion. Here's the best part. It's going to sound sappy, corny, but for me, it's my truth. There is nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. And what's great about it is you get to join forces with great people who are also on this significant mission to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. You can even be rewarded as a part of our plan here. You can be rewarded with all expenses paid trips, holidays to 5-star luxury locations around the world. You get to go to great destinations, have great experiences, befriend and spend time with great people. And create great memories. But here's the key component, not only to getting you there, but the key reward to being there. It's who you've had to become, who you've had to help, what you've had to do to get there that really matters the most to me. So why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? And maybe you have, because we have hundreds of doctors all over the world who are using this with their patients, seeing unprecedented results. But it certainly isn't a mainstream medical pharmaceutical product that every single doctor you're going to is prescribing. And why isn't that? Well, here's the truth. The redox sealing molecules in ASEA are so impactful on the human condition that pharmaceutical companies did offer to pay many millions of dollars for the sole rights, the exclusive ownership to the redox signaling technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and take everyone off redox. Thankfully, founders of ASEA, Vertus and his son Tyler Norton, said no to the payout. They said no to selling out because they felt a duty, a sense of responsibility, a sense of obligation. When they saw what these molecules could do for people, they felt compelled to say yes to the people. And as demonstrated in this very first and very important decision, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. People and principles are very important to this company. People before profits. Very good at making profits, but will never do it at the cost of people. And everyone needs to know about this breakthrough. It is a breakthrough for humanity. And so please get back to the person who shared this video with you. They obviously care about you very much. Don't worry about what the time is. They'll be glad to hear from you. Let them know what you've seen here today, what you like best about it. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers, as there's plenty of university studies, excuse me, and real people's life-changing experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. Now, one of our main guiding philosophies here at ASEA is to believe, belong, and become more. And we want to help you to become more because it's what you become that determines your income in life. Don't wish life was better. Wish you would better, and everything else will be better by default. Now, I hope at the very least you'll be able to become a part of this redox reality. I would love to see you live healthier, younger, stronger, longer, better. But I really hope you'll help us to invite many, many others to have the ability to access the same bettering of their life and their health. Because as you better the lives of others, your life will become better. And if you choose to join our force for good in the world, your life will be filled with more good. And so thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much for having me here, Alissa. I wish you and everybody here would always be happy, always be well, always be secure. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Thank you very much.
Wow, Stevie, that's amazing. I love hearing from you and hearing how eloquently you put such a complicated technology so simply. So I don't know about you guys, but if you're new to Redox, I think this is one of the best presentations I've ever seen. It's so clear about the amazing breakthrough that we do have here on our hands. So thank you, Stevie, for your amazing presentation to share this unbelievable breakthrough with us. And I know that we're going to hear now from Dan Doyle, who is a global authority on our redox space, very famous in the ASEA world. He has an amazing story to share. So now that we've heard about the science and what it can do, it's going to be really great to hear from Dan on how it's actually not only changed his life, but has changed thousands of other lives as well as a result of him sharing this amazing breakthrough with those that really need it. So Dan, we'd love to hear from you and hear your amazing story. And thanks for coming to share yet again with some more people how this can change their lives too.
Thank you, Alissa. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stevie, for that incredible presentation. And yes, that's what we do. We are making a living while making a difference, helping people to help people. That's what we do. For those people who are joining us today from, wow, look, Asia, New Zealand, Australia, South America, Central America, the USA, thank you so much for attending this call. For any guests, this is something pretty special for you guys. It is an incredible gift that somebody is handing to you. Whether you take that gift or not is totally up to you. We are not in the business of selling anything to anybody or convincing anybody of doing anything at all. We are in the business of sharing. We are in the business of helping people. We are in the business of telling stories, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to tell my story. So a lot of you guys have seen this. If you haven't and you want to see it again, just go to ASEA Dan Doyle on YouTube, and you can use this to share with anybody you like, which will obviously help. I mean, I'm one of many impactful stories There are so many people that have had life-changing, life-saving experiences from what we've got here. I'm going to go into my story now and just reiterate what Stevie said, just to make sure that everybody understands that what we have, these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We have a technology, a product that is a category creator that can signal the body to heal itself. And I think with what you're seeing the presentation thus far, I mean, people are coming to us all the time with all sorts of different health challenges and problems. I have people all day, every day saying, I've got, this problem or that problem, a heart problem, a lung problem, a kidney problem, a liver problem. And we simply say, no, you don't, you have a cellular problem. So if you understand what we have and what we've got and what it can do, it can help anybody that is going through anything. And I had a life-changing experience in 2011, which I'm going to tell you about. Totally lost my health. And after many, many years going through the traditional route, somebody handed me this gift, and thank goodness I accepted this gift. Otherwise, I literally wouldn't be here today. So I am living in Honolulu, Hawaii now with my wife, Suzanne. We've been here for a few weeks, and it's an incredible place. We're feeling quite blessed and safe with what's going on around the world, even though we're going back into lockdown here because things are going to be crazy tonight at midnight. I grew up in Sydney, Australia, and I distracted myself from school by playing a lot of sports. And one of those sports was this sport, and it was a sport that I was doing when I had a bodybuilding shop, which was in Newcastle, 2 hours north of Sydney. And it was my life. And I say to people, I was to eat, sleep, drink, and breathe bodybuilding and my business, because that's what I used to do. And when I did something, I'd put everything into it. If you fast forward 20 years from this age of 24 to 44, I still used to look after myself, but not bodybuilding anymore. And any of you ladies on this call, don't get too excited, because I definitely don't look like this anymore. But fast forward to the age 44 years old, and I still used to look after myself with a lot of cardiovascular work. So no lifting heavy weights anymore, but just used to keep fit and healthy. And what I was doing, I wanted to lead up to the age of 50 years old and become the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be physically. And I was on track. I was doing really, really well. And unfortunately, 6 months after this photo was taken in May 2011, I got some really bad news after I discovered a little lump underneath my left rib. And the doctors told me I had 2 major health challenges. And this is a picture of me. This is the start of many years of hospital visits. I went through 2.5 years of what I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. You can see I lost all my hair from the top of my head to my toes. I always wondered what I'd look like when I lost my hair, and I think I'm doing pretty well, Stevie? So probably looking forward to it. Kojak, eat your heart out. Anyway, this young man on the left, he's 21 years old, good friend of mine, Johnny Mannett, played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. And he'd been through the hospital visits that I was starting in this photo. He was in remission when we took this photo. He went back playing the highest levels of rugby league in Australia. And unfortunately, after this photo, he's came back and he went back into hospital and he never came out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. And he had what doctors would consider to be the good one, and I had 2 of the bad ones. So he had a much, much, much better chance than what I had or what I was going through at the time. At the end of those 2.5 years, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. And I was a very angry man, thinking that, I was going to be okay, but that wasn't the case. And I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. I did some research. My research led to an alkaline diet, and noticed that in an alkaline diet, if your body's in the right state, you could suffocate this thing within. You could actually get rid of it by eating correctly and being in an alkaline state. So I was on that alkaline diet for 2 years, and something else I discovered in my research, and I did end up doing, was I discovered products from the network marketing industry. And I took a lot of products from a lot of different companies. I took products from Zango, then mangosteen juice, Isogenics, Product B, Life Vantage, Protandem, Max Products, Celgevity, and Kangen Water. And I was on all these things for 2 years, and this was the result. How am I looking? Am I looking better? Well, my skin is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. My blood works were still heading in the wrong direction, and I was very frustrated. Frustrated, obviously, going through what I went through with the doctors, then frustrating situation, thinking that I'm going to do the research that's going to get me on track with going natural, going alternative, but unfortunately nothing worked. So this photo was taken in October 2014. A friend of mine reached out, Bart Cotter. He said, I think I found something that can help. So long story short, I flew over to Salt Lake City. I met him in the headquarters of the company called Alissa, which, as you know, Alissa is a cellular health company. And we started drinking this product in the little blue bottle. And in 3 hours, my body was expelling what wasn't supposed to be in there so quick. It was coming out of my skin with little red spots all over my upper torso. The next day, I had so much, actually the next day I got up and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to test this stuff that I was drinking the day before. And I did drink half a bottle that morning as well. And I've had a caffeine intolerance for 20 years. Any more than 2 coffees, I'm buckled over with discomfort the whole day and bloating, and it's very, very uncomfortable. So I decided to have 6 coffees. I had 6 coffees, and there was nothing there to remind me of what I endured for 20 years. Went through the whole day with no discomfort. The next day was when the light bulb went on. I had so much lung damage from what I went through in that hospital. I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. My lungs were functioning perfect the next day on this product. I went back to Australia, and unfortunately, we came from being very successful in traditional business to losing everything when I lost my health. And we could only afford to buy 1 bottle a week. Now, 1 bottle a week was enough product for someone who's 100% healthy. It was the maintenance amount. And I knew I needed to at least take that amount per day with what I was going through. But I persisted with that for 8 months, and halfway through 2015, thanks to the business model that ASEA is, I started sharing ASEA with a few people. The company started sending me thank you checks. I invested those thank you checks into my health, took a lot more product. By December 2015, just over 12 months after I started on the ASEA, the doctors gave me some really good news. And this is a photo of me on that day when they told me there was no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems where I'd sneeze, my nose would run, and I'd be off to the pharmacy getting all sorts of weird and wonderful things to stop or slow that down or suppress it. So my whole body was rebuilt in just over a 12-month period. Fast forward 2 years and have a look at the anti-aging. So you can see the outside is a reflection of what was going on in the inside. So you can see my skin, my skin cells, the way I looked at this time. And just going to come back to you guys and stop sharing and just give you a quick look now and hopefully look younger again. How are you guys doing? So that was my, hey Vesna, great to see you guys. That was my journey, back to health and looking younger and feeling younger. So it was an amazing experience. I would have never expected for my health to be returned, to be honest, from what I experienced myself with trying myself earlier on, and also what the doctors were doing for me. But at the end of the day, the reason why people get sick, the reason why people have trouble with their health, the reason why they get conditions and issues is because their cells are breaking down, and their own production of redox didn't detect those issues in the first place. And once they've got the problem, which mind you takes 5, 10, 15 to 20 years for a symptom to produce, for it to come to the surface, the problem is then there's not enough redox to get to all the damage. So we're in an incredible situation here. For those who haven't heard about this product, who are new on here, who are guests, you've just heard about the single greatest health science, anti-aging and sports performance breakthrough that we'll encounter in our lifetime, probably even all time. And as far as a business opportunity, I don't believe you'll come across a more compelling business opportunity while we're around anyway. And, you know, the thing is, with what's going on now around the world in terrible economic times, people are always looking at maintaining their health. That doesn't stop. People will still spend money on their health. We've got a double whammy with a pandemic. People are looking for something right now to help them with their health, but more so obviously with what's going on. And then you've got the situation where a lot of people have lost their jobs. So home-based businesses are absolutely booming at the moment, and we've got a vehicle that can take people potentially back to their health or potentially to financial freedom, wherever they want to go financially. We have a solution right now to anybody's problem. You talk to somebody, their problem's either health issues or financial problems or both. And we're in unprecedented times here, and we've got a vehicle, that said, that can help people with so many things. So I'm going to hand back to Alissa. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thanks so much for being on the call. Really appreciate the valuable time that you're giving up for us today.
Wow, thank you, Dan. I love hearing your story and how it's not only changed your life, but the amazing ability that you've had to share your life-changing story. And I know that as a result of that, there are, how many thousands do you think now, Dan, that lives you've touched as a result?
Yeah, I mean, I've introduced ASEA to 100, 150 people over the last 5.5, 6 years. That's turned into 40,000 people in my organization around the world. There's only about 300,000 people that know about this product, though. There's only 300,000 people in 33 countries, which have a total population of 4 billion people. We've got a long way to go.
We've got a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do.
Guys, we're going to open it up now to questions and answers. So if you've got any questions for myself, Stevie, or Dan, please unmute yourself and feel free to ask questions. I know that if it's new to you, you will probably have 1,000 questions, as I did when I first learnt about Redox, but there is no dumb question. So please feel free to ask questions. If you have been on Redox for a little while and you've also got some questions, we're happy to help answer those as well.
For those who are guests on here, if you want to open up a wholesale account, get access to the products at the best possible price for personal use, go back to the person who introduced you. If you're interested in sharing this with people and looking at doing the business side, do the same. When I pointed you in the direction of my YouTube video, ASEA Dan Doyle, that is a tool to help you or to listen to again, just in regards to my story and what this does. And if anybody has any questions on specific issues or conditions, and if anybody asks a question in particular about an issue which somebody has or that you might have, just keep in mind we will ask a question back, and that is there a cell involved? So just keep in mind, best not to ask about anything specific, because there is a cell involved with everything, and where there's a cell involved, we get redox to those cells will be dealt with immediately.